My dear students, welcome back to our channel. In this video, I will be explaining the B.Ed second semester subject Educational Psychology Theory and Practice as prescribed by Osmania University and other universities of Telangana. We will go through the important questions and answers one by one. Let's begin with a quick revision. Unit 4 first important short question is: define the term exceptional children. Definition: exceptional children are those kids who are different from the average child in their abilities, needs, or behavior. This difference can be positive, gifted, talented, or negative, learning difficulties, disabilities. They need special attention, teaching methods, or resources to help them grow. Examples: 1. A child who is very intelligent and solves maths puzzles faster than others. Gifted child. 2. A child who has hearing problems and needs sign language, or a hearing aid. Child with disability. Both are exceptional because they are different from the normal range of students. Easy way to remember: exceptional is equal to exception to the normal rule. They are not less, just different, and need special care to succeed. In short, exceptional children are those who are either above average, gifted, or below average, disabled, in abilities and require special education and support to achieve their best. Next important short question is: 2. What is inclusive education? How is it different from integrated education? Inclusive education versus integrated education. Inclusive education. Inclusive education means teaching all children together in the same classroom, whether they are normal, disabled, or gifted. The school makes changes in teaching, curriculum, and environment so that every child feels accepted and learns happily. Example: a child with a wheelchair is given a ramp and special seating in class, so he studies with friends without feeling left out. Integrated education. Integrated education means placing disabled children in normal schools, but without many changes in teaching or environment. Here, the child has to adjust to the system. Example: a child with hearing problems is admitted to a regular school, but teachers may not use sign language, so learning becomes tough. Easy difference. Inclusive is equal to system adjusts for the child. Integrated is equal to child adjusts to the system. In short, inclusive education is about equal opportunities and support for all, while integrated education is only about physical placement of special children in normal schools. Next important short question is: 3. Mention any 2 characteristics of learners with autism spectrum disorder. Characteristics of learners with autism spectrum disorder, ASD. Learners with autism spectrum disorder, ASD, are special children who may face difficulties in communication, social interaction, and behavior. Here are 2 important characteristics. 1. Difficulty in communication and social interaction. Children with ASD often find it hard to express feelings or understand others. They may avoid eye contact, speak less, or repeat the same words. Example: if a teacher asks, "How are you?" the child may not answer or may repeat the question instead of replying. 2. Repetitive behaviors and limited interests. They may repeat actions like rocking, hand flapping, or insist on doing things in the same routine every day. Example: a child may always want to sit in the same chair in class and may get upset if someone changes it. In short, children with ASD need patience, special teaching methods, and acceptance so that they can learn and feel comfortable in the classroom. Next important short question is: 4. Who are gifted learners? Gifted learners are students who show exceptional ability in one or more areas like studies, creativity, arts, music, leadership, or problem solving. They learn things faster than others and often think in a unique and advanced way. Characteristics of gifted learners. 1. High intelligence. They quickly understand complex ideas and concepts. Example, a child who can solve high-level math problems at the age of 10. 2. Creative thinking. They think of new, original solutions. Example, a student may invent a new method to save water at school. 3. Strong curiosity. They ask many why and how questions. Example, a child may keep asking about planets, stars, and space. In short, gifted learners are not just top rankers, but children with special talents and creativity. Teachers should provide challenging tasks and opportunities so that their talent grows in the right direction. Next important short question is: 5. State any two causes of learning disabilities. A learning disability, LD, means a child has difficulty in reading, writing, speaking, or solving problems, even though they are intelligent. These difficulties are not due to laziness, but because of certain causes. Two important causes are: 1. Neurological, brain-based causes. Sometimes, the brain does not process information properly. Example, a child with dyslexia mixes up letters like B and D while reading. This happens due to problems in the brain's reading centers, not because the child is careless. 2. Genetic, hereditary causes. LDs can run in families. If parents or close relatives had such problems, the child may also face them. Example, if a parent had trouble with spelling or math, the child might also show similar learning struggles. In short, learning disabilities are caused mainly by brain differences or family history, not by lack of effort. With proper support, children with LD can succeed in school and life. Next unit 4. Long questions. First important long question is: discuss the concept of special education. Explain the objectives and importance of inclusive education in today's context. Special education and inclusive education. Special education means teaching methods and support given to children who have disabilities or exceptional needs. These may include children with hearing problems, visual impairments, learning disabilities, autism, or giftedness. Unlike regular education, special education uses individualized teaching, extra resources, and special tools, like Braille books or speech therapy, to help every child learn in the best way possible. For example, a child who cannot hear may need sign language support, while a child with dyslexia may need audiobooks. The aim of special education is to give equal opportunities to such children so they can succeed like others. Objectives of inclusive education. Inclusive education means teaching children with and without disabilities together in the same classroom instead of separating them. Its main objectives are: 1. Equality in education. Every child gets the right to learn, no matter their abilities. 2. Social development. Children with special needs learn to interact with peers and others, learn empathy and respect. 3. Holistic growth. Focuses not only on academics but also on emotional, social, and life skills. 4. Breaking barriers. Removes discrimination and promotes acceptance. Importance of inclusive education today. In today's world, inclusiveness is very important because education is not just about books, but about preparing children for life in society. Inclusive education builds tolerance and respect among students. For example, a child who studies with a wheelchair using friend learns kindness and cooperation. Helps children with disabilities feel confident and valued instead of isolated. Supports the idea of education for all given by UNESCO and the Right to Education Act in India. Prepares society to be more compassionate and equal by accepting diversity. In short, special education gives extra support to children with unique needs, while inclusive education ensures that all children study together without separation. Together, they make education fair, equal, and humane in today's context. Next important long question is to explain the causes, characteristics, and educational considerations for learners with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Learners with intellectual and developmental disabilities, IDD. Intellectual and developmental disabilities, IDD, are conditions where a child's brain develops differently, leading to difficulties in learning, reasoning, and adjusting to daily life. These children may learn more slowly than others, but with proper support, they can still grow and succeed. Causes of IDD. 1. Genetic factors, conditions like Down syndrome or Fragile X syndrome. 2. Brain injury during birth, lack of oxygen or complications at delivery. 3. Illness or malnutrition, infections like meningitis, or poor nutrition in early childhood. 4. Environmental factors, exposure to alcohol, drugs, or harmful chemicals during pregnancy. Characteristics of learners with IDD. Slow learning pace, they take more time to understand lessons. Difficulty in abstract thinking, concepts like algebra or grammar rules may be hard. Poor memory, forgetting quickly what is taught. Social challenges may struggle with communication, making friends, or following rules. Practical strengths, some may do well in art, music, or hands-on tasks. Example, a child with IDD may struggle to learn multiplication tables but may be very good at painting or singing. Educational considerations. Teachers need to provide special support to help learners with IDD succeed. Some important methods are 1. Simplified learning, use short, clear instructions and repeat important points. 2. Practical teaching, focus on daily life skills like money handling, self-care, and communication. 3. Use of visual aids, pictures, charts, and videos help them remember better. 4. Peer support, encourage classmates to help, building inclusion and friendship. 5. Patience and motivation, teachers should give extra time, praise small successes, and avoid punishment. In short, learners with IDD face challenges due to brain-related conditions, but with understanding, patience, and inclusive teaching methods, they can live meaningful and successful lives. Key idea to remember. Children with IDD may learn slowly, but they can shine brightly when given the right care and opportunities. Next important long question is 3. Describe Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, ADHD. Discuss its causes, behavioral characteristics, and strategies for classroom management. Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, ADHD. ADHD is a common condition found in children where they face problems with attention, self-control, and hyperactive behavior. It is not laziness or bad manners, it is a brain-based disorder. Children with ADHD may be very intelligent but struggle to focus, sit quietly, or finish tasks on time. Example, a child with ADHD may know the answers in class but cannot wait for their turn and blurts out quickly. Causes of ADHD. 1. Genetic factors, runs in families. If parents have ADHD, children may also have it. 2. Brain differences, imbalance in brain chemicals like dopamine. 3. Environmental risks, exposure to smoking, alcohol, or poor nutrition during pregnancy. 4. Other factors, premature birth or low birth weight. Behavioral characteristics. Children with ADHD often show three main patterns. 1. Inattention, easily distracted, forgetful, difficulty in following instructions. Example, starting homework but leaving it midway to play. 2. Hyperactivity, restless, moving around, tapping hands or feet constantly. Example, running in the classroom even when told to sit. 3. Impulsivity, acting without thinking, interrupting others, impatient. Example, shouting answers without waiting for teacher's question to finish. Classroom management strategies. Teachers can handle ADHD children better with patience and planned strategies. 1. Structured routine, fixed timetable, and clear rules reduce confusion. 2. Break tasks into small steps. Short, simple tasks are easier to complete. 3. Positive reinforcement, praise, and rewards for good behavior motivate them. 4. Seating arrangements, place the child in front rows to reduce distractions. 5. Movement breaks, allow short physical activity to release extra energy. 6. Visual aids and reminders, charts, color codes, and written instructions help. 7. One-to-one guidance, extra support for completing work. In short, ADHD is a condition where children struggle with focus, hyperactivity, and impulsivity. It is caused by genetic, brain, and environmental factors. With structured teaching, patience, and encouragement, such learners can do very well in academics and life. Key idea to remember. An ADHD child does not need punishment, but a caring teacher who guides their energy in the right direction. Next important long question is: 4. Discuss the educational needs and support strategies for students with visual impairment. Students with visual impairment, educational needs and support strategies. Visual impairment means partial or total loss of vision which affects how a child learns and interacts with the environment. But it does not mean lack of intelligence. These students can achieve just like others if they get proper support. Example, a child who cannot read from the blackboard may still be excellent in remembering lessons if taught through audio. Educational needs of students with visual impairment. 1. Accessible learning materials, books in braille, large print, or audio format. 2. Assistive technology, screen readers, talking calculators, magnifiers, or audio books. 3. Tactile learning, using touch-based materials like embossed maps, models, and textured diagrams. 4. Orientation and mobility training, teaching how to move safely in the classroom and outside. 5. Extra time in exams, needed for reading braille or listening to audio content. 6. Peer support, encouraging classmates to read aloud or help in activities. Support strategies for teachers. 1. Classroom arrangement, keep furniture in fixed positions to avoid accidents. 2. Verbal instructions, clearly explain what is written on the board. Example, instead of saying look here, say on the right side of the board, I wrote the formula. 3. Use of audio and tactile aids, record lessons, provide raised diagrams, or use real objects for explanation. 4. Encouragement and confidence building, appreciate their efforts to motivate participation. 5. Group activities, involve them in projects with sighted peers to promote inclusion. 6. Special educator support, collaboration with trained teachers for individualized learning plans. Importance of support. Visual impairment should never limit learning. With proper tools and teaching strategies, these students can excel in studies, music, law, computers, or any field. Key idea to remember. A student with visual impairment cannot see the blackboard, but with support, they can see a bright future. Next important long question is: 5. Who are juvenile delinquents? Explain causes of delinquency and suggest educational and reformatory measures. Who are juvenile delinquents? A juvenile delinquent is a child or teenager, usually below 18 years, who breaks social rules or laws, such as stealing, fighting, running away from school, or using bad habits like drugs. It is not just bad behavior but often a result of social, family, or emotional problems. Example: a 15-year-old boy who often skips school, steals from shops, and joins a gang is considered a juvenile delinquent. Causes of delinquency. 1. Family problems, broken homes, lack of parental care, domestic violence, or neglect. 2. Peer influence, friends with bad habits may push the child into wrong activities. 3. Poverty and unemployment, children from poor families may steal to survive. 4. Emotional issues, lack of love, attention, or recognition leads to frustration. 5. School failure, repeated failure or strict punishment may push children away from education. 6. Media influence, exposure to crime-based movies or social media violence. Educational and reformatory measures. 1. Counseling and guidance, help children share their problems and correct their behavior. 2. Value-based education, teaching moral values, discipline, and responsibility in schools. 3. Skill development training, vocational courses, carpentry, tailoring, computer skills to give productive alternatives. 4. Special schools and reform homes provide discipline, care, and education in a safe environment. 5. Positive peer groups encourage group activities like sports, music, or social service. 6. Family involvement, parents should give love, attention, and guidance. 7. Rehabilitation programs, government or NGOs can support with jobs, training, and social acceptance. Key idea. Juvenile delinquency is not always the child's fault, it is often a cry for help. With proper education, guidance, love, and opportunities, these children can change and become responsible citizens. Easy to remember line. Delinquent children are not criminals, they are lost stars waiting to shine again.